Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Dancing Oracle with me, Najia. I'm here to honor your most requested tarot readings and oracle readings for your favorite celebrities, as well as the specific topic that you asked for. Now, I organized it into one video so that I can keep track of your requests. This is the video for October. Oh, commercial. Let's get rid of that commercial. Anyway, it's the one where I'm taking requests for your celebrity readings. And I posted it in October, a couple days ago. So those will be the October requests. I will do November requests in November and keep them all in one area that I can kind of see which celebrity wins the contest. And as long as I haven't done a number of readings on that person that week or that month, I will do whoever has the most requests. I know Keanu had the most requests in this last video, but I just did some readings on Keanu. So the second most requested person that I haven't done in almost a month is Johnny Depp. And I just finished the UK case tarot reading. I'm going to do future love because people are asking for someone in the future. They're asking about that person. Who is that person? What's she like? Is he going to meet someone? And that's what today, right now, will be about. And then I might do the one about his something about Disney. I have to look at it. Somebody was asking about his career with Disney. So that might be a real short read. We'll see. But if you have a request and you want to support the channel, there's many ways to do that. One is definitely hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video. Comments, I think, also help. I mean, they're validation for me because I don't know anything about Johnny Depp other than just a little bit of this court thing that happened. And I've seen his movies from the past, but I don't know his current life. Someone told me he had children because I saw that his family was showing up in the last reading from last month. So I do require you to give me some validation on the reading because that makes it interesting for me to see if the cards are listening, if the cards are literally telling his story and tuning into spirit. The only way I know for sure is through you, although there's usually a cohesive story when I do the spread, and I can pretty much tell right away if it's correct if I'm tuned in. But it does help to have your comments. And if you want to go a step further, there's something in my description box called Buy Najia Arts a Coffee. It would mean a lot to me. It would really mean a lot to me because I do spend a lot of time doing this for everybody. Um, I wasn't planning to do celebrity readings, but please check out my other readings that I really, really am on here for. But I've had so many requests for celebrity readings since I did one for my birthday to restart the channel um, that I am doing them now. So anyway, I'm gonna, if you've tuned into me before, you know my procedure for reading. I cleanse the cards and I lay them out and then I'll explain them for you. And if you're somebody that has an interest in tarot, you'll actually learn a lot by watching my readings because I will give you the meanings and the meanings of the cards as well as the description of the placement of the cards, reversals and upright. I do a pretty detailed insight the way I read the cards. I could go really in depth, but the videos would be 5 hours long. I'm trying to keep them to half an hour max. We'll see if this can just take half an hour today because some of them were getting pretty long. I know it's hard to tune into the end when the reading is an hour long or 45 minutes. So the fire element and state and sage help cleanse both positive and negative energy from the cards. They help take the energy of the last reading out of it and give it a fresh start. All right. As well as provide spiritual protection for me, the reader. Oh, so I'm gonna shuffle a bit. I guess you want to see that. Uh, for those, I'd like to like look at you all, but have you see me and not just hear and see cards. But I know some of you want to see the cards being shuffled because some of the readers I watch get nasty comment. I haven't gotten nasty comments. Thank you for all being so lovely to me. But some of my favorite readers have gotten nasty comments accusing the tarot readers when they're shuffling off screen or if they stop the video, whatever, if they're coughing or their dog's barking or whatever, and they stop the video and restart it, they are accusing the tarot reader of manipulating the positions of the cards to make everything look the way they want it to be. Oh my God, that would be crazy. I just can't, like, that would take so much time to like have to figure out what he want to do. Oh my, you just do a reading for Christ, just do a reading. Just tune in psychically. It's a lot easier. Oh, so when I'm shuffling, I'm listening to spirit as I do this. I never know how long I'm going to shuffle. Sometimes it's crazy for a client. I'll only do it like 2 shuffles. Other times it's like 20 shuffles. The cards have to line up. Oh, I think this is it. Is that it? I'm being told to look at this card for some. Oh, that's why. This is so funny. Oh my God. So I was told to cut the cards here to start the reading. And Spirit was saying, well, look at this card. Look at the card above it, right? And this is the card that was above this one. And there it is. And if you watch the last video about the UK case, I talk all about this card. I talk all about this card that represented Johnny in the future, in the long-term future. After his broken heart. This was the card I pulled for the clarifier. I pulled for the clarifier for his, oh, I'm getting smoked out here. Oh my God, this is crazy. Too much sage. The full card was the card I pulled for the clarifier for his long-term future. He got the 3 of Swords, 3 swords jabbed in the heart. He was completely broken, heartbroken after recovering from these court cases. And I said, well, really, what goes on after this? Like, what happens? He got the Fool card. Now, if you know anything about tarot, I cut the cards. This will be the bottom of the deck. He's going to be ready for love. So right off the bat, I mean, I'm gonna read the bottom of the deck first because I'm drawn to this. Okay, so the bottom of the deck, I haven't even seen all the cards yet. I'm gonna read it. He's got the Fool, and if you saw the last reading in the long-term future, I pulled a different kind of Fool card. I wonder if it's still, yeah. The clarifier was this Fool card, which is a more imaginative design that the artist did for the Fool. It is not the traditional imagery that's been used for so long. And this is like the dark Fool, it's like a darker aspect of the Fool card with blind faith. And I thought, oh, that's so appropriate for Johnny because he kind of has a dark side to him. I mean, when I've watched his movies, he's kind of dark side. But He's coming out of, he's releasing all the daggers that he's been through. It's pierced his entire being. His entire being has been pierced by harsh words, cutting words, like really feeling like he's been stabbed repeatedly. Okay. But because it's reverse, he's going to release all that. I'm going to give you the traditional meaning. Here's what this, I'm reading a different deck today. So it says it can't get worse, only upwards. It's recovery, regeneration, and also resisting an inevitable end. This is a 10 card. This is interesting too. The 10 is next to the Fool. So in the minor arcana, the 10s are like zeros. They're both like they're right after the 9 and they're before the 1. So they function like a 0, a new beginning at the end of a cycle. The Fool is a major arcana card. Those high key moments, life-changing moments, and our major arcana. And this Fool card is 0. It's kind of like at the end of a major, after the last card, but it's the first. It's the first before the 1. It's like that pause before. It's the end, like when you go with music, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3. It's that pause before the beat, pause before the next step. That's the Fool. And he's thinking about it. Didn't he get this card before? He still has a happy family. Someone told me he has kids, grown kids. So he's thinking about maybe adding to his family, meaning adding this person, the female. He's already got the kids. So he has fulfillment currently. Another 10 card. 10 like acts like a 0 before the next step. Oh, and if in the last reading, this was his obstacle. The Queen of Wands in reverse. That's like an infectious female energy, really jealous, insecure, selfish. Someone who's charismatic and just use that charisma for vile things. So still dealing with that. And he wants to go forward for truth, the sword of truth. He wants to rush forward for truth, and action-oriented, fast thinking, and defending his beliefs. That's what's going on now. And he's also got another 9. He's courageous in the face of adversity and feeling alone in a way in fighting this battle. So, he's working on his boundaries now. That'll help him in the future. He's gearing up. He's gearing up, like ready to fight, like ready to defend himself. So it may be a little bit hard in the future. Let's just see what the reading says. I'm going to lay the cards out. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, he's releasing this. Okay. Oh, this is great. This is his conscious thoughts. He's thinking about finding someone new and possibly living with her and maybe this is a celebration, the marriage card. He's thinking about somebody. Subconscious. He's still defending himself. Oh my God. I'll talk more about these in depth, but I have to lay them out. Oh, he got this in the last reading. This is in the past. Yeah, that's a hard one. Oh, he got this in the last one. Oh my God, the overseas stuff. Wow. So interesting. So interesting. Let's go do the rest. Yep, he got this. He got this before, what he was dealing with. We can all see that's the card that represents him, his inner turmoil, releasing worry, hope, reaching out. Oh, his environment. He does have, gosh, some codependency going on. Needing for self-care, his environment, how people see him. Wow, okay. Wow. Self-limiting beliefs. He's going to release this, though. He's going to release these swords in the devil. Don't worry. Don't worry. He'll be ready for love. Ah, celebration with the goddesses. Oh, good, 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 good. All right, we don't see like soulmate yet, but let me just tell you, it's looking good for when he does. He's got to work on his shadow self, and he's got to work on releasing things. Everything is showing. Let me just find some room here. Whoa. Move these cards so I can pull them out and see them. All right. We talked about this. There was a meaning for this card. I mean, he got other cards that have similar meaning in the last reading, and all related to this case. It involved a former love of his. And this is when you're like laying down the swords. Like he's fought some battles. He's went through a lot of conflict. Fives are conflict. It's still a conflict card. But when it's in this position, it's saying I need to lay down my swords. I need to release those awful cuts and pain. And this is the card that represents the significance of the reading of this future, love that he's getting ready for. And it's working with a lot of past resentment, a desire to reconcile, making amends, desire to forgive. So he has to, in order to um, deal with his loss, uh, he has to forgive himself. I think sometimes when you get in with someone that really, really hurts you, because this is showing what his obstacle was. The devil. The devil is real toxicity. So he was dealing with the devil. Now, I don't know a whole lot about his relationship, but you see those chains binding these people? Devils have a lot to do with like addiction, toxicity, could be codependency, substance abuse, um, just dealing with your shadow self, like really not facing it and just working it out in the most destructive way. But when it's in reverse, it's helping to release that, but it's still his obstacle because it's going to show that his obstacle to love, to his future love, is this memory lingering in. Everything he's went through, he's trying to release it. See, he's trying to release it and forgive. But the obstacle is that it's still there. It's still like there. And it's his main frame of reference is like, I've been through this. It's hard for him to focus on the idyllic situation, which is conscious thoughts position. This one is all about, fours are about stability, and so forming like the foundations. The number four, like four corners are your foundation, and the Four of Wands, I mean, they're your passion, and it's home, it's harmony, marriage, community, a homecoming. He wants to have a homecoming. Ah, is he like living overseas? I have a feeling I just felt it on the inside. He wants to be home. wants to feel at home. He wants to be home. He wants to be victorious and be home. I'm getting that very strongly. Home, home is his castle. Home is where the heart is. That kind of feeling. But in the subconscious, he's still having to defend himself and fight boundaries off and have to have a spiritual assessment to really think about things a lot. Regaining, or he's it has a lot to do with regaining or losing control, because you're kind of defending yourself. You're trying to regain control, or you're feeling like you're going to lose control in this card, and it has a lot to do with secrets too. So that's in the subconscious, right? And that's the fire element. Again, fire element in both of these, subconscious and and the conscious thoughts, are both wands. The wands, the big staffs, right? He has a lot of wands in the spread, a lot of swords. He had a lot of wands and swords in the last spread, and pentacles. The pentacles we're dealing with. But in the recent past, he's dealt with a lot of heartbreak. And he's mourning the losses. Now, he still has two cups of love here, probably his two children. He can focus on the love that he does have, that he created, but he's focusing on all this loss. There's a lot of regret and grief in the past, obviously, yes. And this card is represented by Scorpio. That's the stuff that stings. The Scorpion will sting you. And he's feeling the sting. He's felt the sting, right? And then in the near future, unfortunately, he had this card upright with the court case, I believe. Yeah, upright. Yeah, because he was looking at something overseas. But in the near future, it's showing that there's like a lack of planning going on, because it's reversed in regard to love. And he's playing it small. He's probably there's a lack of foresight. So he's maybe because of that Fool energy that I pulled earlier. Where'd that card go? It looks like this, the Fool, ready to jump off the cliff and have blind faith. So this aspect of the Fool card in the near future will be an obstacle to his long-term goals of what he really, really wants. Now, it's not like Johnny's going to see this video, but if he were to see this video, I would, like, if he were my client, I would say, hey, Johnny, you need to really kind of step back a little and plan things out a little bit instead of just rushing in, okay? With blind faith, you gotta think about what you're getting into, okay? So it does show, because he's kind of playing it smaller, maybe he's gonna date someone that's not like the ultimate, maybe he's lonely or something, like playing it small. I'm kind of getting the feeling like, oh, he's hurt, he's lonely, he's maybe just gonna see who falls in his path, maybe. I'm not sure. But there's a lack of foresight going on in sticking to what would be, what he really wants. He does want to settle down. Clearly, that's the conscious thoughts. He wants to settle down. His home life. Wonder what sign he is. You can let me know in the comments. I'm just curious. I have no clue what his astrological sign is. I wonder if he's a Cancer sign, because that would be really important to a Cancer sign. So, he's the card that represents him. Well, I think we all know that this card represents him, because he's been through hell, a lot of sleepless nights, but he's ready to release all these swords, and he's ready to wake up from the nightmare. He's had a lot of inner turmoil. He's got a lot of deep-seated fears, secrets. He's releasing worries. A lot of secrets going on in these last two readings with him. But he's going to reach out. He's going to start to come and reach out. So he might reach out to somebody. He might reach out and start dating. And listen, those who think you're Johnny Depp's soulmate, unless you're physically talking to him in person, Johnny can fly anywhere, do anything. He can be anywhere. He's not your average guy. He's not going to like communicate with you in a chat box for no. Unless you're physically holding his hand, you have no chance of being his soulmate. I'm just telling you. Reality check, you're being scammed by somebody who's going to try to rip you off financially. I've heard from dozens of women who've been ripped off by people impersonating celebrities, including someone who's been ripped off by a fake Johnny Depp. Took her money. Okay? Just FYI. Don't think that he's reaching out to you unless he physically gives you his hand. Physically gives you his hand. Ladies, please, or gentlemen, I don't know. I know there's probably gentlemen lusting over him. Anyway, in his environment, he has a lot of issues with codependency and insecurity and self-care. And it's also how people see him. He needs some self-care. This is Queen of Cups in reverse. We want that Queen of Cups energy to turn upright. That would mean he's doing all the right things for himself. But he's not doing all the right things for himself. Sometimes when the Queen of Cups is reversed, anytime you see a cup reversed like that, with a court card like a person, with people in it, it sometimes means, I'm not saying this. This is all for entertainment purposes only, by the way. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know, Johnny. I'm reading cards. People are learning about cards and having fun watching about the possible life of their favorite celebrity. But it can also, when you get the Queen of Cups in reverse, it can also mean a drinking problem. So that could also be part of the issue. And the hopes and fears, he's hoping to get released from his prison of his mind and words that have, these daggers that have come at him, and he's kind of gone within, and he's just like, he can't like step out and move forward. But when it's reversed, the swords will be released, the bondage will be released. You see, this could just fall off. That could just fall off, that blindfold. The blindfold's coming off, by the way, for him. And he wants that. He wants that blind, he wants to see clearly. And what I see in his future, long term, he's going to celebrate with his friends. He has teamwork. He's going to celebrate. He's going to feel good about love. He's going to feel happy. His cups are full. He's got support with his friends. Now, I don't see right away that he's finding his true love, but it's on his mind. Let's see what else I pull for Johnny. I'm going to put these cards away. I worked with this oracle before. It's nice. I'll pull an oracle for him, and let's see if it's... You know, and sometimes when you have, like, if you have a crush on a celebrity and you're thinking about love, so you're asking about, I mean, I'm not saying the people that think you're his soulmate through a chat box or something, or some social media thing. I'm talking about if you stumble across a reading where you say, oh God, those cards, I can relate to those cards. I can relate to the meaning of those cards. I can learn a lot from that. Well, that might be spirit. Oh, I'm drawn to this card. I'm drawn to, and I was just shuffling them. I said, I could feel stop. I could feel the word stop. And I want to find the meaning of this card. It's such a cool card. I think this is Kim Krause's. Yeah, Kim Kranz. This is her deck. She's a fabulous artist. She's very tuned in. just by looking at her artwork. It's called The Wild Unknown Archetypes. So this is number LX76, it looks like. I hope. We'll find out if I still know my Roman numerals. XV, XX, double X. Yeah. So 70. I'm sorry I'm taking long. LXXVI. I thought LXXVI was 77. 76, yeah. Right, page 219. So these are, I mean, I could just go by, using wisdom. There's something about using the wisdom, protecting yourself from evil, because you got the blue, you've got this evil eye kind of imagery, but also using wisdom. So that just energetically and grounding yourself with the four corners. I'm just getting that off the card, but I don't really know the artist's meaning of this. So I have to look in the book to see what the artist's meaning is. All right, it says, mythic time synchronicity. We have all had the experience of timelessness. Now listen, as I'm reading this message for this reading with Johnny, this this oracle message that I just pulled might be meant for you, one of his readers, one of his audience members. I'm sorry, one of my audience members. Listen, buy me a cup of coffee. I obviously need more coffee. My brain doesn't work without it. All right. It's in the description box, how to buy me a coffee, and so I'll keep reading for you and taking the time. It would mean a lot to me. It would mean a lot to my heart. Please buy me coffee. We have all had the experience of timelessness, of life beyond the ticking of the clock. It may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation. Oh yeah, we all know about that suspension of time. Yeah, this is known as mythic time. This relates to the Fool card. He got twice for him. That zero, that I talked about the pause before the next step. Isn't spirit amazing? Okay. This is known as mythic time, and it is the territory of Kairos, Kairos. This card suggests there is a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks and schedules. Sounds like quantum jumping to me. Go look that up. That's wild. Within this nonlinear realm, we access divine timing. A single moment ripens with the auspiciousness, and our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when we need to speak or act. Wow. Listen, a single moment ripens with the auspiciousness. And our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. Think about that. That's deep. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when to speak or act. When this card appears, it's all about patience and precision. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of inner knowing and not a moment longer. So we saw that this new love, like the one, the soulmate, isn't coming in right away. He has to heal his past. He has to envision his future. He's already thinking about he wants to get settled down with somebody. That's what he wants. He wants marriage. He wants that. The cards say that he wants that. Let's just say that. The cards say that he wants that. And it's not like he doesn't have good outcome in the cards. It's just that he has to go through a process, an inner process. And again, that card validates everything that just came up in the tarot reading. So if you want a different celebrity or more Johnny with a different aspect than I did in this reading or the last one on the UK case, put it in the description, put it in the comments section of my celebrity request video. You have to go to that video and put it in that comment section in order to be like the contest between the celebrities, who wins out the reading. You can also put it in this comment section, but where I really can cohesively look at things right in front of me is that particular video. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you like a reading with me, I would love to read for you. Follow the instructions in the description box and on my website. My email and phone number are only for people requesting and scheduling a reading. Once they've already signed up and paid for a reading, you can then email or text me. Once you've already signed up, I will fit you in the very near future, perhaps within this week, if not the following week. I have time this weekend actually to do readings, but you can support the channel by doing that. It would really help. And I would love to hear from you in the comments section. That's the way to talk to me. If I don't get a chance to answer all the comments, know that I read all the comments, and you'll know if I read your comment. I will hit the like button on that comment. Even if you wrote a nasty comment, I would still, if let's just say if it were really nasty, I'd delete it. But if it were just like not agreeing with me, I would still hit the like button, acknowledging I appreciate that you commented and gave me information. Okay. I know some of you don't agree with me about the soulmate thing, about the chat thing, about these celebrities communicating. You can't all be his soulmate. There are scammers, so please be careful. That's all I can say. Be very, very careful. Have a blessed week. Bye.